Well, unfortunately guys, just because they like to be savages like that, in terms of Rotten Tomatoes rating status, it seems like no one could ever defend this movie. I, for one, am jumping on a different bandwagon. I'm on the side of me loving the heck out of this movie. Here's the reason why. Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing the sequel to the 2014 original, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Angelina Jolie is back as our beloved devious mistress. But in this movie, she encounters a conniving queen played by Catwoman from Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer, who hatches a devious plot to destroy the land's fairies. Hoping to stop her, Maleficent joins forces with a seasoned warrior and a group of outcasts to battle the queen and her powerful army. Sounds like this movie's going full-on Tolkien here. I like it. No, not just him. I feel like this movie is like if J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, the author of the Narnia books, worked together to make one interesting fantasy mashup. I know it's not them, I'm just paraphrasing. But I'm just saying, it felt like it, didn't it? I did not expect for this to be an action fantasy film. The action sequences were surprisingly enjoyable to watch. Just the fight with the woodland creatures and the big fairies with huge wings, particularly Maleficent's kind, was highly entertaining. At first, when I went into this movie, I was expecting a full-on cheesy romance story about two people explaining how much they love each other and all that crap. But as the movie progressed, I was 100% wrong. This movie flipped a 180 at me and turned it into a full-on fantasy good versus evil action film that serves the story really well. I know you guys can see that as a shambled mess, but I beg to differ. In terms of execution, I thought it was handled surprisingly well. Now, granted, in terms of the movie's use of comedic timings and humor, and I apologize if you see this as a spoiler, but this is something I need to address. It does start off rough with that one scene where the little hedgehog-like character is messing around with Aurora's crown, causing mischief for a good chunk of the beginning part of this movie. Then it does continue with Maleficent trying to perform a good impression to make Aurora's family accept her during her wedding coordination. Yeah, I'll admit, it does drag on a little bit. But for the rest of this movie, not only did the writers do such a dang good job at developing Maleficent's character, but instead of a romance-filled story, they turned it into a cautionary war story about fighting for the greater good. Also, the dramatic and emotional moments were never out of place at all. In terms of direction from Joaquin Ronning, there's this one scene where, no spoilers, but someone dies right in front of Aurora, and her acting in despair is so on point. I don't care what anybody says about Elle Fanning's performance. Since Totoro, she did an outstanding job portraying her character. So kudos to Elle Fanning for her performance in this movie. And on top of that, she's also cooperative in terms of finding out the truth of who set up this wedding coordination as a means to wipe out all the creatures of the woodlands. Again, no spoilers. But still, kudos to Disney for developing the characters and making them legit characters that we're supposed to latch onto. Go ahead, fight me. Also, the amount of camera work and cinematography, I mean, come on. Need I say more? You're already expecting great camera work. I mean, it's Disney, for crying out loud. When it comes to Disney live action movies, expect some big budget cinematography. Same thing with the CGI, especially in that scene where all the big fairies are flying up in the sky in terms of epic swooping camera shots. In fact, the world they built is outstanding to me. I mean, yes, some of you may be turned off by that, but I don't care. I enjoyed every single minute of it. That being said, in the end, despite what everybody else thinks about this movie, I enjoyed it. Quite a lot, actually. The characters were fun to watch, the atmosphere was breathtaking, the action sequences were amazing, I thought the story was well crafted, and of course, the cinematography was fantastic. In short, I loved it. Yeah, whatever, sue me. Because I rate Maleficent, Mistress of Evil 5 out of 5 stars. Go ahead, you can post your hateful comments and roast me all you want, but I'm still not gonna change my opinion that I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. Keep up that streak, Disney, I'm counting on you. So Disney's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Have you seen it? If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Answers down below, please. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share that video with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on both Instagram and Twitter, and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. And also follow me on Stardust so you can catch early reactions to movies, TV show episodes, and trailers. I'll put a link to that below in the description as well so you can download the app for yourselves. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.